Halloween, and dozens of communities all around the Triangle will take part in festivities.
And this morning we're getting tips from law enforcement to help ensure that your family has a scary but safe time. So here with us now is Lieutenant Jason Borneo with the Raleigh Police Department. Good morning, Lieutenant, and welcome.
Good morning, John Barber. Thank you for having us on again.
Thank you for coming. Now, Halloween tends to be one of the deadliest nights of the years for pedestrians. Tell us about that and how people, and it seems like common sense ideas on how they can protect themselves and their families, but what would you tell them?
Yeah, so unfortunately over the years nationally, we've seen a trend upwards of pedestrian fatalities on Halloween night. Fortunately, here in Raleigh, we have not seen that type of uptick. However, we still advise the community to always be responsible when our kids are out and about during trick-or-treating. So first and foremost, for commuters, we need to slow down in our neighborhoods. We need to be scanning those roads. Expect that kids are going to be out and about. Expect that they're going to be wearing really dark clothing. We're always advising parents to make sure that they are equipping their kids with flashlights, with glow sticks, with anything that's bright to make sure that they're visible in the roadways.
It's going to be warm tomorrow, so maybe reflective gear is very important.
And I think, unfortunately, that is going to increase the number of folks that are out, but it's always going to be a great time for kids.
Lieutenant, of course, the kids love getting that Halloween candy. But as parents, how can we make sure our kids are safe with the treats that they get? Yeah,
first and foremost, we need to make sure we know where our kids are trick-or-treating. We want them to stay within neighborhoods that we're familiar with homes that we're familiar with. And even though, you know, we've seen it in movies and in stories that we find candy that's tainted, generally our biggest concern is allergies. We want to make sure that our kids, especially with homemade treats, are aware of what the ingredients are, peanut allergies, any type of allergies that our kids might that might respond to negatively.
There's another thing that people might not realize is a hazard, but people love to decorate their homes and their yards and all that kind of stuff. Are there things that maybe you should stay away from when you're really trying to decorate your yard and your house?
So generally we want to make it safe for kids. So definitely make sure that we're keeping those sidewalks in front of our homes, our walkways, our driveways clear of any obstructions that kids could trip on. They're excited. They're running about our neighborhoods. They could trip on those wires that we use to secure those Halloween decorations. And make sure that your home is well lit if you want to participate in trick-or-treating. Again, if you don't, make sure you have those lights off to tell kids, unfortunately, I'm not participating this year.
There's always those folks in the neighborhood. All right, that is Lieutenant Jason Borneo from Raleigh Police. Thank you. Great advice. Happy